Hey, it's MK, and today we are scraplifting Rona Mallard to celebrate her 500 subscriber. I have picked this layout right here, and technically we were not supposed to be doing a scrap lift. We were just supposed to picking out inspiration, and then of course letting you guys know where we got the inspiration from and linking the layout. So I will be doing that here shortly. But for my layout, I have picked out a couple pirate things. I've got an old set from Some Assemblage Required pirate set. I've got this Simple Stories set that was mixture of pirates and Western and things like that. I also have this uber old 49 in the Market rub-on set from... I don't remember what it's from, where it's from actually. I have several photos that I would like to put on this layout. And of course, I picked another scrap kit and added a wood grain for my base page instead of a white piece. So I have all of these elements that hopefully will come together and help me build this super cool page for lifting Rona. I know I wasn't supposed to do a lift. She just asked for inspiration, but I really loved the blocks of paper that she used and the stitching around it. So that was my inspiration, which turns into the main element of her layout, which turns into a lift. Now, if you watch her video, it's actually her doing a lift of someone as well. So I did not know that until I went back and watched the video to go and grab the link for the video, and I watched the video. But I do love how she took all of her paper and turned them into stars and whatnot like that. So I did not do that much work into my layout. It's actually pretty much all about the stitching this time. One of the stitches that I tend to still struggle with is like a loop stitch. I don't really know exactly what it's called, but you go in, you come out of one hole, make a loop, go back down in that hole, and then when you come up the next hole, you hook the loop. And so that way it's like a daisy chain. I think that's what it's called, is a daisy chain. I'm not really sure. But I still struggle with it. And for this particular layout, I actually got to practice quite a bit because I was going around 2 blocks. Now I chose this one block here because I knew that the missing pieces were going to be covered up. Nobody will ever know that it's not a full block. And so, yes, I like that fact too. And the fact that it's okay if my ship is sideways because it's going to get covered up as well. I can't, there's no way that I can have that much of my paper showing even no matter which way I turn it. There's just no way that I will be able to have that much paper showing with this design. So I went ahead and I guesstimated what size blocks I was going to need. I'm also going to have my blocks at an angle as well. Just like Rona did. I like that fact. Plus I am documenting about a pirate ship. And so of course the rocking of, or the tilting of the paper makes it look like the water rocking, right, on the ocean. So I thought, oh, that's a good, effect that only I will know. Because most people that look at it, they just see the design, think that it's kind of cute, and turn the page, right? There's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but my daughter spends a lot of time paying attention to all of the details and not just looking at it and flipping the page like some people, but it's okay. I do these layouts for me. I don't do them for anything else. It's just a creative outlet for my brain to, to not really rest on, but, just something for my brain to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put my photo cluster together. But then when I go to, what is the word? When I go to, mark off where I don't have to stitch, I forgot about the plaque that I have that is about the boat, that it basically just tells a little story about how the boat ended up in this building's basement. That's not fair. Actually, this is a really cool gesture of someone's idea on how pirates came to the island of Nassau. And I thought it was really cool. It's a great history lesson. and a museum at the same time. At the very end in the gift shop, or right before the gift shop, they have a like display cases that has long sword or long rifles, uh, pottery, things like that from the era. And also too, walking through, they also have the same thing. They have a chest full of old weapons used that were used on ships. They have coins and things like that that were possibly considered very valuable back in the day. Lots and lots of history in this museum. It was really, really cool. And it was awesome that when you first walk in, you get that feeling that you just walked into, what was that place called at Pirates of the Caribbean? Oh my gosh, now I can't even, Tortuga, that's what it's called. You just walked into Tortuga, even though that's not what it's called. But they built, you've got the boat, and then they've got the sound effects of it actually rocking on the water. So like it's swaying back and forth. You could hear it. Every now and then you hear one of these pulleys clinking up against the wood. And then you walk farther down, you get to see the blacksmith shop. You get to see the gunsmith. You get to see the saloon. You get to see, everywhere that a pirate could have walked. And then you go through the museum. You learn about the flags. You learn about all different kinds of things. So, all right. So off camera, because it took me forever, I finally got all of my stitching done. And again, I only marked off where I thought this picture was, and I didn't really even need to do that whole corner up there. Look at all of that stitching I did not need to do. And I did not even think about it or take it into consideration. I just really wanted to practice this specific type of stitch because I'm not good at it. And so I thought, you know what, if I'm going to hand stitch, I'm going to practice instead of just do a back stitch. I don't know what type of stitching Rona did on her layout, but for me, I knew that I wanted to practice some more. So I thought about pulling out this other frame and try to get it to work on this layout. But when I was going around and trying to figure it out, I just really couldn't find a spot where it was overlapping the other frame that I had already put down. It just wasn't working, basically. And so I thought, okay, well, I don't think I need it. In all honesty, I have other elements that I want to add, but I'm not going to add a whole lot of elements. I'm not going to cover up all of the stitching. I'm not going to take away from the stitching. And I'm not going to take away the photos. So honestly, I only add in, I want to say 4 more elements and I'm done, because I just love the idea of, I just love the layout the way it is. I really didn't need to add any of this stuff. So I wanted to build this giant cluster in this blank space, kind of like what Rona did. She's got a title and elements around the title. I thought it was kind of cool, but I didn't want that much bulk because this is my older acrylic, and so it's a little on the thicker side. These aren't available in this size acrylic anymore, so yay, I'm finally going into all thin acrylic. It's such a good feeling. But at this moment, I have this thicker acrylic, and then this sticker from Simple Stories is also on foam, which means that it would have been almost half an inch thick by the time that I was done building that little cluster. And so I decided to build a little place for my title to rest over here in the bottom left corner. And it's just going to say Pirates, nothing else. And it's sweet and simple. It's already got a cluster around it, so all the work was done for me. I love this little ship, so I definitely wanted to put this little ship on the layout. I feel like it balances out the bottom portion of this layout because I have 2 really thick elements. And so just by adding that ship, it added another thick element. And because of all of the ropes that are on the boat, I really wanted to add my string. And I'm just going to messily put it here, there, and everywhere. I really wanted to wrap it around my boat and have it, or my ship, I should say, and have it become part of it. But then I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I just think that's too much bulk. So I'm going to put it behind the boat and then just have it kind of wrapping and ending over on the side of the boat. So, and it's perfect. I love how it looks. It was just the right amount, and it gives that flow of almost like the boat is on water. So I do like that. And then of course I wanted to string my flag up like it was up on the mast. And so I added more of the twine over on the top, even though I didn't really actually string my flag up. I wanted to give that illusion that it did, or that it was. And I mean, just perfect. I love that little flag. It's so perfect. And then I wanted to add one more element, and I thought, oh, this is great. The Yo Ho Ho song. So yes, that is roughly the end, but because this is supposed to be mixed media mayhem as well, I am going to add a little bit of mixed media. I can see that Rona added some on her black background, so that is what I'm going to do, but I'm only going to add it down at the bottom. Again, the spray of the ocean is what I was kind of going for, and so that is that, but I didn't actually include this into a mixed media mayhem layout because that is pretty much the only mixed media unless you count the stitching, which I really don't. My stitching was a good practice. I'm happy with it, but I need to work on the corners a little bit more, and I need to be more patient. That's that. All right, you guys. So that is my lift for celebrating Rona Mallard's 500 subscriber celebration. Congratulations. That is a huge milestone to reach in the YouTube world. It really, really is. So I am just thrilled that she is here with us. Her videos are great. I enjoy actually watching her videos a whole lot. I really do. And she is on quite a few design teams, actually. I did not know that, but she is. And so you get a bunch of ideas by going over and following her, by using those papers and those products that she designs for. So go check out her videos. And of course, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will check you all later. Bye.